So lesson we're going to show you how you can customize your Google Sites by bringing in the various pre-built components that can interact with content on your Google Drive, from YouTube, from external websites. You can also have more interactive components for your web page, and then these can all be customized once you have them as components on your web page, and you can customize them and style them as needed. Going over to sites.google.com, we've got a site that we're working on. This is originally a blank page, and we're going over to the Insert tab. And from the Insert tab, we can select the various components. So there's a collapse group that we can show, and we can say that it's collapsible, or it doesn't have to be collapsible, so that will just show the group uncollapsed. So what we need is a heading, and then this can be the second part to it. And when we click on this, it will open up the collapsed part. So let's take a look at that within the preview. So what a collapsed menu does is it gives us this option to expand the content, and then the expanded content will show once it gets clicked. So this is a nice way to create more interactive components within your web content. There's also a table of contents that you can add in. And what the table of contents is going to do is it's going to basically take the headings that you have within the web page and create a quick way to navigate them within the table of contents. There's also an image carousel that you can add in, so we can insert multiple images, so either uploading the image or selecting existing images that I have on my drive. I'm going to select a couple images that I have on my drive to make the image carousel. So you need at least 2 images for the image carousel, and once you insert that and set that up, going into the preview, it's going to show you the image carousel. And these were very big images, so they're showing up rather large. I can also expand this and resize this to fit better within the area of the page. So resizing the images. And that's the image carousel. So you do have some options when you select it to select the settings of it. So you can edit the images, remove the images. You can add text to the images within the settings option. There's also the cog here where we can set whether we want to show the dots, show the captions, auto start it, and have a different transition speed. So we can set all of this within the settings and editing the image carousel. If you want a button for your content, you can select the button. So what this does is this adds in a button and then whatever we want where it's linking. So by default, we're linking to the second page. So that's going to be page second, and that's going to link to that page. We could enter in a URL. So there's a number of things that we could have there for the button. The button, just as the other components, you can drag it, drop it in to where you need it to show up. It will automatically resize the other components within the element row. There's a divider. So the divider is just a colorful divider that you can add. And if you want to update the color of the divider, you can select that under the themes where you can set the different theme colors. And also notice that when you change the theme colors, that's going to change the corresponding elements as well to whatever the theme color that's selected. So if you were to change the theme, that's going to change the color scheme for your website. And then each theme has its own color scheme that you can select from and update and customize it. Let's go back to the placeholder. So a placeholder is just a placeholder that you might want to come back later to add in some type of content or a component. So placeholder settings, and we can set it to have an image, drive content, YouTube. So this is good while you're creating your web page. And then once you have the content that you want to use, you can easily add that into. You can add it into the placeholder as needed. There's also the YouTube. So YouTube will, just as we saw with the placeholder, it opens up option to search YouTube, add in a YouTube video. Calendar, so you can select calendars from your account. So this is the account that I've logged in when I'm creating the test site. So I can select any one of those calendars and insert them into the page. There's also map, which we've seen before, where you enter a location. You can also have your own customized maps. There's docs. So these are docs that are sitting within your Google Drive that you can add in, and that will set up the doc. There's slides, sheets, forms, and charts. So these are all available from your Google Drive. If you're inserting charts, you can select the sheet where the chart is within. And before you try to insert the chart, it's suggested that you do go into the sheet, select the chart, and create the chart within the sheet, and then go back to Sites and add it in that way. And those are the various components that you can add in to really customize the website within Google Sites.